Hey guys, the answers you've been waiting for on your Google Stations. I know some of these have totally stumped you, but I'm here to let you out of the dark. This wants you to draw the ninth design. I even kind of tried to give you a hint on the ninth design because this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth design because this is the number 1 and its reflection. The number 2 and its reflection. The number 3 and its reflection. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the correct drawing or writing of the number is on the right, which means your number 9 will be on the right and its reflection will be on its left. So there is the 9th drawing. Looks like that. All right, station number 2 with some mad gabs. Paper airplane, paper airplane, paper airplane, paper airplane. Hopefully you got all these. It helps best if somebody else says them and you listen instead of reading them. It's Finally Friday. Who got that one? It's finally Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Mathematics, mathematics, mathematics. You must be kidding. You must be kidding. You must be kidding. You must be kidding. Technical difficulty. Technical difficulty. Technical difficulty. Technical difficulty. High-school diploma. High-school diploma. High-school diploma. Oh, high school diploma. And repeat after me. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Station 3, this is so that you know where to find the answers in the back of the book. No, it is not cheating to find the answers in the back of the book unless you find the answers first and then just write them down. All odd problems are in the back of your book, and you need to use that wisely, especially in geometry. You don't want to do an entire section or entire group of homework and find out the next day that you did them wrong. Okay? If you're going to do your homework and you're going to do your assignment, do it right. Check after every couple problems to see what you can do. If we need some algebra skills review, I'll work that with you and we can find them on page skills review 1. But I just want you to know that they're there if you need them. Whoops, I don't want that. I'm supposed to be here. Station 4. Dump out all the shapes. I have this. Two students will work together to see how long it takes to put the shapes in the cube. Time each pair. Here's the cubes. You dump them out. Anybody beat me on this? Did you get less than a minute? Less than a minute and a half, maybe? Maybe some of you got less than a minute? Anybody get under 10 seconds? I can do this in under 10 seconds. Maybe in under 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Not because I'm a geometry teacher and because I'm really good at it, but because I dumped them all out, left the lid open, and dumped them all back in. How long it takes to put the shapes in the cube. How many of you closed it and then shoved them in the holes? That's the long way to do it. Okay? If it doesn't say that you have to close it, don't close it. That's kind of important for geometry. Don't overthink some stuff. Some stuff is so easy and it's so right there in front of you. If we're doing proofs later and somebody does it in 8 steps and somebody else does the proof in 3 steps, I want you to be able to do it in 3 steps. How do you get from point A to point B? Get there quickly. So, if anybody did that, you were not cheating. You were just following along. Find the volume of the file cabinet in cubic inches. Then find the volume of the file cabinet in cubic feet. Here's the problem. If you're finding the file cabinet in cubic inches, and let's say it should have been pretty close to 20,000-ish, 20,800. Okay, that's cubic inches. Some of you, I know this because I've been teaching for so long, Some of you thought, oh, I'm going to get smart and I'm going to divide that by 12 so that I can just turn cubic inches into cubic feet. But then you're going to get it wrong. Because if you think 20,800 divided by 12, if you think that's 1,733 cubic feet, do you know how big 1,700 cubic feet would be? It's just a little file cabinet. Here's the problem. If you have it in cubic inches and you have it in cubic feet, you have to divide it by 12 for the height. And then you have to divide it by 12 for the width. And then you also have to divide it by 12 for the depth of it. If you're going to work in from cubic inches to cubic feet, there's 12 inches in a foot for the height, 12 inches in a foot for the width, 12 inches in a foot for the depth. So not dividing by 12, you're dividing by 12 3 times. So it's about 12 cubic feet, which makes way more sense for a file cabinet. You could just divide by 12 cubed, which is 1,728. If you took 20,800-ish, depending on how closely you rounded everything, divided it by 1,728, that'll get you to your 12 cubic feet. Be careful of that in geometry. Always watching as we do 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional with your measurements. Arrange the 17 pencils as shown. Remove only 5 pencils so that you have 3 congruent squares. Congruent means they have to be exactly the same size. Draw a picture of your solution. If you took out this bottom, that would leave you with 1, 2 squares. There's 1 that's removed. You need a 3rd square. Take this out, and this out, and this, and this. You took out 5 pencils, or toothpicks, whatever they were. You were left with 1 square, the same size as the 2nd square, the same size as the 3rd square. Or it could have been vice versa. It could have been upside down. It could have been this way. Oops, yeah, like this. Could have had your 2 squares on top and your 3rd square on the bottom. Little thinking for you to do there. Station 7, write down everything you can and what you already know about this puzzle. And I know some of you are probably going geographic on this and you're like, oh yeah, a rectangle has 4 sides and a rectangle has 90 degrees in it, or whatever it is that you decided to do geometrically. You could say the octagon has a stop sign under it. The triangle has a pizza under it. Do you know that it's an equilateral triangle? Do you know that this is an isosceles trapezoid? Do you know that this is a regular pentagon? Some of that stuff. But there's other things. Everything you can and what you already know about this puzzle. Do you know that there's 3 red shapes? Oops. Woo! They just fell out. 3 red shapes, and there were a couple yellows. Did anybody say that the puzzle was wooden? You don't just have to stick with geometry. You could say anything and everything that you know about it. That there's a backside and the front side has all the shapes in it. That there's 9 total shapes in it altogether, or total pieces. When it says tell me everything, not just what you think I want to hear. All right, that's it for your stations. I hope a couple of them stumped you, but not too much. Always thinking. Always using your brain, always maybe sometimes thinking outside the box.